I know I don't have a lot of time with you, so I just want to jump right into the opening of the movie. Bohemian Rhapsody, obviously one of the most iconic scenes ever, and especially for this film. I listened to the commentary. I've seen, past interviews you and Michael have done, and I know you've both kind of talked about how he needed convincing for the headbanging in particular.
Yeah.
Are you glad you stood your ground on that and were right about that being such a great thing to have in the opening scene?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was a difficult thing to shoot, because we were shooting all night, 2 different nights, and the boys, like if you have Metallica or Megadeth or one of those metal bands where all they do is bang their heads, then they're used to it and it doesn't hurt. Okay. But when you get these guys in the car that don't ever do it, it hurts. And so after a while, they started complaining a little bit. And I kept pushing. I don't usually do that, but I did, saying, I'm telling you guys, this is funny and it's going to work and it's going to be a great title sequence. And Mike would go, well, I need an Advil and and I don't think it's that funny. But later he took it back, so we're cool.
Right, I saw even during that reunited apart thing you did. He said his kids now do it, that they're headbangers themselves.
All right, there you go. See, good.
And I mean, during that too, I know Brian May from Queen popped up and said that Freddie had actually seen a cut of that scene before his death and loved it. Just, did you know that at the time, and how is it having that kind of seal of approval?
It's wonderful because you don't want to make a movie where you make the band unhappy, but this is the first I ever heard that Freddie got to look at a cut. I did not know that, and if that's true, then people in higher positions than me.
I guess Mike had sent in like a VHS tape of some of the footage, I guess before his passing, and he was able to see it, loved it.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad to hear that. And nobody told me.
Well, now you know.
But now I know. And I know he passed away. Freddie passed away a few weeks before we were able to release the movie. So. Yeah.
But it's crazy just to know how much this movie brought Queen back into the zeitgeist.
Isn't it though?
Congrats on that.
Yeah, and kudos to Mike for wanting to put it in the movie, Yeah.
Just watching the commentary, one of the scenes you said was one of your favorite is the underwear scene with Mike, and how you talked about how he really the Tighty Whities.
Oh my God, I love that scene.
And how he really pushed for them.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, you can't lose if you got Mike Myers and some Tighty Whities sticking his ass out, okay, and trying to flirt with a girl. I'm sorry. I mean, what did I have to do there? Just sit back and laugh,
I was wondering, just when you are filming something that is so ridiculous like that, obviously your first reaction has to be to laugh too. Just, is that one of the ones where it is hard to get through without everyone breaking?
Here's what I've noticed, and this is a weird dynamic, and that is that, because I've been on other people's sets, obviously.
Yeah.
When everybody's laughing on the set while you're shooting, it's probably not funny. Yeah, so I personally don't bust out very, very seldom unless I'm really tired or something. But it's almost like Mike and Dana at one point both agreed that they were trying to make me laugh, because I don't laugh a lot, What's funny in the world? Excuse me.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, but Mike and Dana say that they were trying to make me laugh, and so I didn't laugh, so they would keep trying harder, and that works. Yeah.
And for you, doing kind of recent reunions, there was, the Reunited Apart one. I know you guys did one, now it's been 8 years, I think, at the Academy, but just how has that been, being able to reconnect with everyone years later? You're all in different places. I know you've been able to move past maybe past gripes or disagreements you've had. Just, is it nice to have a new relationship with the movie now?
No, I still hate everybody. I'm just kidding. No, it's wonderful. When the last time I saw Mike, all he does is show me pictures of his babies, you know what I mean, of his kids. No, it was really, really nice. And when I saw Lorne at that reunion, I said to him, I said, Lorne, I have to tell you something very important. And he said, oh, and you could tell him he got like, okay. Oh, what is it? And I think he thought I was going to say something bad. But what I said was, thank you so much, because you made me a very rich person. And he goes, well, that's a good thing. But no, we're friends, it's fine. And I think we all enjoyed the time that we, worked together. And I don't talk to him every day. I don't talk to him ever.
Yeah,
I talk to Tia
of course.
a little bit, talk to Robert Patrick a little bit, but you don't got long-term friends in Hollywood unless they write checks or something, you know what I mean?
Right. You're always jumping to the next project too.
And you're all, moving along. Exactly. Yeah.
And, you, speaking of other projects, you talk about in the commentary that you turned down This Is Spinal Tap before Wayne's World, and then the Brady Bunch movie after.
Yeah.
Because I think you had kind of gotten pigeonholed into that, let's remake a TV show into a movie.
Yeah.
But do you have any regrets for those, or are you happy with what you did?
There are certain movies I regret turning down. I kind of wish I would have done Legally Blonde when they begged me.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
What?
So that would have been a good one.
Yeah, that would have been a good one. I don't regret turning down George of the Jungle. They begged me to do that one too, but I mean, I can't complain. I feel like, I did a few good movies, and a couple of them actually really stood out, like Wayne's World and The Decline. And that's the best you can hope for, being a woman in the movie business in the 80s and 90s. That's the best you could hope for. A couple of good ones, So, I look back and I go, I really wish I could have. I mean, I got like a file cabinet over there with all these scripts in it that I've written and that never got made into movies. I wish I could have done those movies, but then I immediately replaced that thought with, well, look what I did. It's okay. Right. Some people don't get to make any movies.
Yeah. And, last question, obviously the guys reunited for a Super Bowl commercial. You mentioned that you get pitches for Wayne's World 3 all the time. Have any of them actually been good, worth pursuing? And do you think there's a possibility somewhere that it could happen?
Well, I have to say, people are very innocent when it comes to the movie making process. They may come up with a great idea. They may come up with a great idea, and there has been a couple of good ones. But I immediately write back, would you please send this to Paramount? Because I have no control over this. This is this is intellectual property that belongs to Paramount, doesn't belong to Mike, doesn't belong to me. Go to Paramount and see if you can get another Wayne's World movie going. I doubt it, but you could try.
I'll say we talked to Tia and she said she'd be down, and still even has the red dress in her closet. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Pleasure to meet you.
All right. Well, take care and good one. I love the background.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Take care.